Good morning everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm back here at Team Toyota of Princeton to check out a brand new 2023 Toyota Camry, and this isn't just any Camry behind me, this is the Camry TRD, where Toyota Racing Development has sprinkled some of its magic all over this Camry to give it a more performance-focused drive. So let's see what this brings to the table in that mid-size sedan performance segment, and let's dig in. Front end of this Camry TRD, the color here is underground. Looks like a charcoal gray, maybe a little lighter than that. It's a really cool color against the gloss black on the front end of the grille. LED headlights, standard bulbs for turn signals, no fog lamps. Kind of a surprise that there's no fog lamps on this one. We have functionality in the grille, top and bottom. I like the aggressiveness of it. But we do have fake vents on either side. Would have been nice to see those as functional side air curtains. And then we have a gloss black front splitter with some red accents to provide that aero that this car needs, as they have made some performance changes to this, and we'll mention those as we go through the review. But let me know what you think about the front end of this Camry TRD. Wheel and tire setup on this Camry TRD. We have the TRD specific 19-inch alloy wheel, lighter than the other wheels for the other Camry trims, so they're saving some weight with this alloy wheel. All satin black or matte black, whatever you would like to call it, looking good. Bigger front rotors here on the TRD. We're looking at 12.9-inch ventilated rotors with red painted brake calipers. They've gone with dual piston brake calipers up front to give it more stopping power. Would have been nice to see maybe a little bit larger of a rotor rather than 12.9, but it is an improvement from the standard Camry. We have Michelin all-season tires wrapping this thing around the wheel. Probably would have liked to seen them go with maybe a Pilot Sport 4 all-season if they want to do all seasons on here, but either way, we have 235 on the width, the 40 series sidewall, 19s, all four corners, and this is a front-wheel drive car. All right, full side profile on this Camry TRD. I love the underground paint, especially with the gloss black aero from the front splitter with that red highlight all the way across the bottom of the doors into the rear quarter panel, looking really good. We have a two-tone setup on the Camry TRD. We have underground on the body, and then we have a two-tone roof in midnight black up top, which I think looks really good. We're gloss black on the side view mirrors. Really nice. And if you've noticed, the Camry TRD is lowered. So it has a lower ride height than a standard Camry by about 0.6 inches. That might not sound like a lot, but it is a lot when you're talking about performance and handling, as you're lowering the ground clearance. We also have TRD specific springs on all four corners. Again, for that ride and handling purposes. They've stiffened the chassis, they've tuned the suspension, they have a catback exhaust, the bigger brakes. They've done a lot because they're adding a lot more horsepower here. Camry TRD is a V6 with about 100 more horsepower, 99 to be exact, than a four-cylinder Camry. So this thing has to be able to handle that power via stopping, via handling, and via steering, to make sure nobody's going to get into trouble, because you can only get these front wheel drive. But to get the performance out of the Camry, you will have to make some sacrifices on the interior as far as options, and we'll go through those as we move through the car. But let me know what you think about this side profile on this Camry. I really like it. As we move in closer, like I said, we have the gloss black side view mirror with LED turn signals, color match on the front and rear door handle. We do have a left side fuel filler cap, and again, that midnight black two-tone up top with shark fin antenna, and you cannot get a sunroof in a Camry TRD. All right, rear end of a Camry, we have standard taillights, standard turn signals. I'd like to see some LED taillights here, to be honest. Blacked out Toyota badge, blacked out Camry script, red TRD badge on the right side of the trunk. We have the gloss black rear diffuser, and we have the dual exhaust. Like I mentioned, it's a catback dual exhaust, stainless steel, slash cut, little flare at the end, looking good. And of course, that big gloss black wing up top. again, to provide downforce. Unfortunately, we have some more fake vents on either side of the rear end. Would have liked to seen those functional to help the air move down the side of the car, but a really good looking rear end of the car. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And I mentioned earlier, you see where this arrow channeling the air right down the side of the car, and as you come down, we have more arrow here on the door sills, again channeling that air down the side of the car, making sure we have enough downforce to keep this thing on the ground. More arrow here as well, and then all the way around the back into the rear diffuser area. But like I said, I would have loved to seen these vents be functional rather than just a design element. I think it would have made a big difference again in the downforce. And I love this wing, looking good. Again, more downforce applied when you're adding 100 horsepower to this Camry. All right, we're under the hood of this 2023 Camry TRD, and we got the big dog engine in this baby. We have a 3.5 liter naturally aspirated V6 engine, mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission, 301 horsepower, 267 pound-feet of torque, MPGs 22 in the city, 31 on the highway, 25 combined. The engine's minimum octane rating is 87, so you can run this on regular unleaded gas. However, 91 octane or premium leaded fuel is recommended for optimal engine performance. As you can see underneath as well, they have updated the shocks all the way around, as well as they have increased bracing on the chassis structure to maintain torsional rigidity. So those are some more adds mechanically for the Camry TRD. Let me know what you think about the power plant. All right, before we get into this beautiful Camry TRD's interior, you're going to want to know, Mike, how much does this car cost? Well, MSRP, the way this one is optioned, $35,377. So let's check out the interior. Starting with the footbox, a nice large dead pedal brake and accelerator. We have aluminum finish on the brake and accelerator. Would have been nice to finish it off with a little aluminum finish on the dead pedal. Let me know what you think. We do have the TRD carpeted floor mats in the trunk. Driver's seat, power driver's seat with lumbar. Front passenger is a manual adjustment. We have nice material here, black with now a red and black design with the stitching. Bolstering is nice, feels good. We have the headrest with TRD embroidered in there with the stitching. Really, really nice looking. Door panel action. We have soft touch up top, but it isn't that soft. We have brushed aluminum around the door handle area, flat black on the switchgear. The armrest on the door, it's semi-soft, but not really that soft. And on the seats, we do have the red seat belts, so that's a really nice touch as well. On the dash, soft touch up top, some more black design to minimize fingerprints, some more material with the nice stitching, and then underneath here in the glove box, we have a nice large glove box. All right, infotainment system time. This is one of the compromises you make with the TRD package. You only have the 7-inch Toyota infotainment system available without navigation. All the navigation comes through your phone. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto compatible. Wi-Fi hotspot, yes. Bluetooth your phone, yes. However, it's a pretty minimal system compared to the 9-inch system, so that's one of the sacrifices you'd need to make if you want this TRD package. Backup camera, pretty clear with trajectory, takes up the whole screen, so I can't complain too much about that. We don't have 360-degree view cameras in the TRD. As we come down, we have a lot of gloss black plastic on this head unit, and you can see with the sun on it, the fingerprints and the dust. It collects very, very quickly. We have our 4-way hazards, 2 heat and air vents. We have a single zone climate control. In this one, no dual zone, another sacrifice that you make if you want the Camry TRD. Down further, we have a 12-volt USB, and then we have a little rubber here for a little storage, and then you open that up and you have more storage in there. We come down further, we have our TRD gear shift with the red stitching and the nice gator. I like that, going through the 8-speed auto. Here's our 3 drive modes, Eco, Normal, and Sport. And then we have our emergency brake, 2 cup holders, the Toyota key fob right here, lock, unlock, pop the trunk, panic button, says Toyota Camry. Would have been nice to have a TRD in red or something on the back of this, make it a little bit more special since you went with the performance. And now we have a semi-soft armrest. We open that up and we have a nice area for storage, and we have a USB-A and a USB-C. So they got you covered for connectivity. All right, we have the Camry TRD steering wheel. We have nice 10 and 2 notches, nice red stitching here, which goes with the vibe of the interior, the Toyota badge in the middle, some brushed aluminum. I would have liked to seen a flat bottom wheel here since we're in the sportier trim, and it would help getting in and out of the car with your leg as you try to get out. And maybe a TRD down here or something like that to try to dress up the wheel a little bit more than a standard Camry. Telephone voice commands on the left, plus your pad here to control the digital portion of your dashboard. And then on the right, we have our cruise control and drive mode selector and lane keep assist and all that other good stuff. Here are the paddles to go up and down this 8-speed automatic transmission on the stalks, headlights, and windshield wiper on the right. Over here on the left, adaptive headlights on, off, traction control off, pop the trunk, and open up the fuel filler door. And then to our dash, this is a manually tilting and telescoping steering wheel, and then the dash. Here it is. We have an analog digital combo, analog gauges for your speedometer, tachometer, fuel level, and coolant temperature, and then a small display in the center where you can toggle through and go through different information that you may like, that you may want to see and leave up. So I like that quite a bit. Easy to use, easy to figure out when you're driving, and I don't mind the analog digital combo. A lot, you know, some people want all digital. I like all digital too, but with this setup, there's less to go wrong down the road if you think of it that way. But it's a nice looking setup, and I like the red lighting up the back of the analog gauges. I think that looks cool. Let me know what you guys think. Overhead console, no sunroof in the TRD. That's another sacrifice you'll need to make, but they're eliminating the panoramic roof from the TRD to save weight and lower the car's center of gravity for performance. That's the idea behind it. But you do have LED lighting on the interior of the vehicle, which is nice. You do have a little spot here for your shades. And then we come over to our sun visor with vanity, and it doesn't slide, but you have an extension to block out that side sun. So that's a good deal. Getting in the back seat of the Camry, this seat is set for my driving position. So now we're going to pop on in. Nice amount of room back here. Here's my knees, plenty of room, plenty of headroom at 5'11", plenty of shoulder width room. That nice material, no plastic on the back of the Camry seat, which I like. We have nice large seat pockets behind both front seats. We don't have any action going on in the rear console back here. So if you want connectivity, you'll need to plug in to one of the USBs that's inside the center armrest. And then door panel action. Nice consistency of design. It's a very plain looking door panel. Probably would have liked to seen a little red stitching on the armrest on the door panel to kind of continue that vibe from the seats onto the door panel, but it's the same on the front as it is on the back. I just wish they dressed it up just a little bit more. Looking at the seats, we still have those same night seats with the red seat belts, with the red inserts. Looking good, very comfortable here in the back. Would have been nice to have the TRD embossed on the back of the headrests and the rear seats. Let me know what you think. But we don't have an armrest here, which I think is a mistake here. I think Toyota could have put in an armrest with a couple of cup holders, because in the back, the only way you're going to get a cup holder is if you use that one that's in the door. But overall, these back seats are very comfortable, and it's a nice place to be in the back of this Camry TRD. Getting in the trunk here on the Camry TRD, you can pop it from the dash or using the key fob. If you forget, you can come to the back of the trunk. Right over here on the right side of the Y, hit it, trunk pops up. Nice and easy, 1, 2, 3. Here are the Camry TRD front floor mats, embroidered, looking good, red piping all the way around, looking beautiful. Here is the Camry TRD trunk mat that's carpeted, and you have the all-season mat underneath that as well. You lift this up, and then you lift this up. You have more storage underneath there, and when you lift that up, you have your spare tire. I'm not going to do it now, but I checked earlier when I could use both hands, and there is a spare there. So thank you, Toyota, for including the spare. And you have 15.1 cubic feet of space in the back of the Camry, which is a lot of room to put some nice bags for going away on a trip. So that looks really, really good. Like the way how it looks. We have some tie downs for in case you get that cargo net if you want to secure some items. But overall, a really nice place to be here in the back of this Camry TRD. Here is the window sticker for this Camry TRD, so feel free to pause the video, zoom in, check out everything that's optioned into this Camry. And now, the best part of the video, let's take her out for a spin. Okay, we are on the road in this 2023 Camry TRD, and right away you can just tell how much better of a power plant this V6 is opposed to the 4 that we had in the SE Nightshade. So now we're going to come down the road here. We're going to get it up to speed. We'll do our braking test first at about 45 now that the roads have dried off a little bit. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Nice and linear, straight down the road, no pulling the wheel. And now we're in manual, hit the paddles, and let's see what this thing feels like. All right, so we got through there. That one I kind of botched. Not used to these paddles and how Toyota has them shaped behind the wheel. And I missed the paddle, I missed the shift. So anyway, we'll do that again, but the steering definitely improved. You know, TRD put some performance into this Camry. Did they put the whole 9 yards in? No. It's just like a hardcore performance vehicle? No. Is it a really cool performance trim on what can be considered in some trims a very mundane family sedan? Yes. It put fun into the drive of this family sedan. There's no doubt about that. I like the sharpness in the steering. But here we go again. Let's see if I can get this one right. In 3, 2, 1. That's better. And down the road we go. Really like it. The shifts are pretty good. Not as tight as I would have expected, but they're pretty good. Oh, brother. All right, let's try that again. See that? A little bit of delay in the shift. I'd like to see that a little bit better. But nice turn. Took the turn really nice. Powered through. Really well done here in this Camry TRD. Well, this is a car that you can use as your daily driver to work, school, wherever, errands, and then just blast it down the road on the weekend. And that's what makes this car so much fun to drive. I'm going to turn around. The person in front of me was horrible. Take this turn going the other way. Now we're letting the car shift for us at this point. On the brakes. Little body roll, but not bad. I mean, this is a big car. So, but like I was saying earlier, you drive it around during the week, commuting, errands, and then on the weekend, you can tear this up on your favorite twisty roads and have a lot of fun. Is it cutting edge performance? No, but it makes a really, really commonplace sedan, even though it's the best-selling midsize sedan in the United States, fun. It makes it a lot of fun. And this V6 blows away that four-cylinder that we had in the SC Nightshade. This makes the car drive so much better. The one thing I wished that Toyota did with this Camry TRD, they did a lot of performance upgrades, which I like, but I really wish they had a little limited slip diff up front, because you can lose traction with the open diff like it is now. So one of those upgrades, I would have liked to seen a limited slip diff up front. I think that would have helped get all the power to the ground from a stop. But overall, really, really good job in making the Camry a fun car to drive. Now, they lowered it about a little over a ½ inch, and so there's a low ground clearance warning on this vehicle. But I don't think it's that low. Now, when you get into the car, you sit down into it. So if you don't like sitting down into a car, then that might be an issue for you. But overall, just a hoot to take out on the road and drive. An absolute hoot. And now we can take it out of sport, put it in normal, and drive normally, no problem. Everything relaxes, and now it's much more comfortable. Now the seats are comfortable, but they are firmer than, I would say, a standard Camry seat. They're a little bit more firmer. The bolstering is nice. It's not too tight. It's a bit forgiving, but it is a more firm seat than I noticed when I drove that Nightshade. So just a pleasure to drive this V6. I really, really like it. Really transforms the car into a much different car. Of course, you're adding 100 horsepower, for crying out loud, and that's, you know, a big add. But now we're just coming around the bend and driving with one hand, taking it easy. Great visibility out the front, great visibility out the side, nice large side view mirrors. I got the blind spot action going on, so I don't have to worry about that. I got my lane keep assist on that I can turn off if I don't want it on. So I have some safety tech features in here, so I think that's a good move. And of course I got the LED lighting, which I like. The only thing I'm really missing in this TRD package that I would want is a wireless charging pad. I can live without the heated or ventilated seats, but I would like a wireless charging pad in this car. A little bit more action. Broke traction, but nice. And that was in normal mode. So nice pickup, but again, I think that limited slip diff would keep those tires from slipping and really transform how this car took off from a standstill rather than the open diff. But other than that, I love the performance upgrades. But like I was saying, wireless charging pad for me, I would like. And at least here in the Northeast, some heated seats. Ventilated seats I could care less about. And I'm not the kind of guy who loves to have a sunroof, so that doesn't matter to me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about this Camry TRD. Is it the ultimate in midsize sedan performance? No. But is it a notch up there to give you some performance fun in a Toyota Camry? Absolutely. It is a ton of fun, and this naturally aspirated V6, you get that nice linear torque delivery. You don't have to wait for turbos to spool up and propel you down the road. It's just a really nice setup. And you know, the Toyota V6 is bulletproof reliable, and so you don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. You got great reliability in this car, which is a big plus for the Toyota brand, is their strength and reliability. So you really can't complain about that. But again, just a pleasant place to be inside this Camry TRD. And I got plenty of open air room in this cockpit. I don't feel confined. I don't feel restricted in my movements. All I wish for them aesthetically on the inside was to give me a really cool TRD steering wheel, flat bottom, TRD in red on the back, maybe some red stitching on the horn button, lift it up a bit from your standard Camry wheel, because right now in this one I just have a regular Camry wheel with some red stitching, and that's it. And that can be a bit of a letdown since you're looking at the steering wheel a lot in this car. But we're going to do one more up the highway merge, and then that'll be it for today. But I wanted to give you a little bit more of an extended driving review in this Camry TRD, because it is the most fun you're going to have in a Toyota Camry, and a four-door sedan that's priced at 35 G's. That is a competitive price for something like this. So here we go, on to the ramp. Nobody's behind me. We're going to give this guy a little bit of a head start. 3, 2, 1. Just would like to have some more crisper shifts. Look at the way that handles it though. Beautiful, and to turn on the brakes. Yeah, beautiful. And then last turn before the highway. All right. And then we'll merge on in. And we're on. And off we go to the races. So confident to get on the highway. So confident. I have a lot of confidence in this car with this V6. I want to thank Team Toyota of Princeton for allowing the channel to film this beautiful underground over midnight black Toyota Camry TRD for review today. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Also, please consider subscribing and turning on that notification bell so you'll never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.